Okay, so now this particular video is my interaction with Rahul. Rahul is presently pursuing his doctorate in United States of America, and this video was related to how a student who is aspiring to go for MS in US can save his money, because in MS a lot of money is invested, 40-50 lakh minimum in US, and students want to go to US for various courses. So how it can be saved? So though I request you to watch the entire video, but corrects I'm going to tell you. The most important is, what if you can get direct PhD? You saved 50-60 lakh rupees of your parents, and it is not difficult. Direct PhD ke liye, there are some credentials required. At the end of the video, those credentials are clearly mentioned. That is direct PhD. Number two, what if you get internship after 1 or 2 semester? Internship in US in some company itself, you get a lot of money in that. So internship, the way you do paid internship in India, there are paid internship in US also during MS. That is another source of income for you. Better the internship, better money you get, you save your money. Third is professors. When you join US university, you will see what projects professors are doing, and you show interest in those projects, and professor will induct you on his project work and give you some money from the project. So that is another source. Some universities have a lot of funds, like Purdue University and all, they have a lot of funds. So you will find a lot of activities within the campus through which you can earn money, and that will help you to finance your entire MS. So within the university, what kind of options are there? And then outside the university, you must have heard that the students from India and all these countries, and otherwise US also students, they tend to work outside the campus also during weekends and something, which helps them to earn money and sustain in their master's programs and all. So these are some of the options, but I ask you to watch entire video. And let me also remind you that 15th September to 15th December is the peak time when students are applying abroad, and direct PhD is something in which YourPedia is pushing really hard. In India, we have already done that for the last 5-10 years. Direct PhD students go to various IITs and all with very good scholarship now. So that is the main effort done by YourPedia in last 10 years. Before that, YourPedia, before YourPedia was born, that activity was going on. And now that activity we are doing for abroad also. So those of you who really want to do smart work, direct PhD is the option for you. Please try to explore that also. Now listen to my interaction with the Rahul. Hi Rahul, welcome once again on YourPedia Global and YourPedia Education. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for having me here.
Okay, so Rahul, आज का जो हमारा ये interaction point है, what we are going to talk, that is very very relevant, and that is related to those students who are aspiring to join MS programs in United States of America. And Rahul, as we know, MS cost a lot. MS program is very costly, especially in USA. If I'm not wrong, it is somewhere around 40 lakh rupees also. And in PhD, normally there are scholarships, and students can balance with his whatever money he has. So it is easy for him to go for PhD, but that is not there for MS program. So this entire interaction is related to how a student can minimize his expenditure in MS program. What are the different opportunities for scholarship? So we will be discussing about that only. So now over to you, Rahul. First I want you to tell us that if a student is aspiring to do MS from United States, across the different states and different universities, what should be in his mind, that how much money he is to spend, number one, and number two, how much money he should have with him, his parents and all. They are two different things, because bank loans and everything is also there. But how much money overall will be spent? That is my first question to you. And the second question is how much money he should have with him in his family. Yeah.
So actually, overall expenditure is high in United States for MS program. Generally, colleges, they want 1 year money from you at the very beginning. Like जब आपने join करना है, तो आपके अकाउंट में बोलते हैं 40 to 45 lakh. So that is like 1 year expenditure. But it doesn't mean कि students के 90 lakh लगते हैं, because once they come here, there are a lot of opportunities, lot of part-time options which they opted, and they can save a lot of money. So अगर किसी को 40 to 45 lakh बचाने हैं, जो मैंने देखा है यहाँ पे आके कि how students do that, thing is one thing is like direct PhD. That is a very good thing actually. अगर आपको direct PhD मिलती है तो fully funded रहेगा. But mostly students will not get direct PhD because it requires very high CGPA और कई बार research publication भी आ जाती है. Then what are the options? तो एक सबसे जो बेस्ट ऑप्शन रहता है, आई थिंक जो स्टूडेंट्स मिस कर देते हैं, as soon as they get the admission, so every university has a graduate committee. So graduate committee रहती है, 6 से 7 प्रोफेसर रहते हैं. There is one chairman of that graduate committee. And in department also there is one chair of graduate students. तो उसको immediately email लिखना रहता है जैसे ही एडमिशन मिला मास्टर्स में कि whether there is any TA position. अगर TA positions कई बार खाली होती हैं यूनिवर्सिटीज में और स्टूडेंट्स को पता नहीं होता है, वो इंडिया में जब होते हैं तो they don't know. If you write email, if there is some vacant position, so they will offer you. So TA position में क्या रहेगा, you have to do some grading और check some marks और प्रोफेसर के साथ क्लास में जाना रहेगा. But mostly universities they will cover your one semester fees. अगर $15,000 है तो वो तुम्हारी कवर करेंगी and with that they will give you monthly stipend also. So इस तरीके से पैसे बचाए जा सकते हैं. And second thing is कि first semester में थोड़ा difficult होता है when you are in India, but once you come here, so there are a lot of ways. One is TA. Other thing is if university is good like Purdue University, Penn State University, they have a lot of funding. तो तुम आके बहुत सारे पार्ट टाइम्स रहते हैं इन द कॉलेज. जॉइन दैट यू विल गेट वेरी गुड मनी. सो देयर आर सम आवर्स कि उसके बीच में ही तुम्हें करना रहता है, बट यू विल गेट मनी. Some students who are interested in academia, from the very second semester talk to some professor and tell him like I am interested in pursuing PhD. तो second semester में तुम्हें अपने research group में involve कर लेंगे and they start paying for you. So this is the way. उस केस में आप 5-10 लाख रुपए एक सेमेस्टर का दो and second semester professor will take care of you. So this is another option. One very good option is internship. So students आते हैं, they join some internship. If you perform well for 2 to 3 months, so companies क्या बोलती हैं कि तुम अपनी masters करो, side by side you can do internship with us. So they are paying very good. Students generally they basically get their fees from internship money और उनका जो living expenditure होता है सब उसी से cover हो जाता है. So these are some different ways in which you can do your masters in like I would say 10 to 15 lakh instead of 40 to 45 lakh.
Okay. Yeah. So Rahul, you have raised a very important point, which in fact I would like to make a dedicated video on that with you. That is about internship. So still, since you have raised this particular point here, do you mean those students who are in graduation, they go for internship in United States with some professor, and that is what you mean by internship?
So internship means कि आपको फर्स्ट 2 सेमेस्टर जो मेन सेमेस्टर रहता है उसमें तो कोर्स वर्क वगैरह चलेगा, बट देयर इज वन स्मॉल सेमेस्टर ऑफ 3 months दैट इज कॉल्ड समर इन यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स. तो उसमें आप कोई कंपनी ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं. इफ यू आर फ्रॉम कंप्यूटर साइंस, गो एंड टॉक टू माइक्रोसॉफ्ट एंड टेल देम लाइक आई वांट टू डू इंटर्नशिप. वो तुम्हें 3 months के लिए तो देंगे and after that they will tell you like okay continue अपना सेमेस्टर साथ साथ करते रहो but continue with us also, and they will offer you pre-placement. And other thing which you told, you can join some professor also. Join some professor's lab, do research work with him, so he start paying your tuition fees and he start giving you stipend.
Perfect. Wonderful. So what I understood, whatever you told me, what I understood, if I have to jot down all these points, and please correct me if anything I leave. You said that direct PhD is a very good option for BTech students, but getting into direct PhD, you need to have some academic credentials. Then you said, if you join some universities abroad, then let's say within 1 semester, you approach some professor who has some project, and then maybe he can accommodate you in his project. Then you said, okay, within the universities, there are some universities with very good funding. You named Purdue University and all. So these universities have some kind of activities for you, and maybe TA or something, maybe you can get funding from there also. Then maybe from outside, I mean, not within the campus, but outside also, there are opportunities for students to work on weekends or something that can also be done. So I think these were some of the points, some options you suggested to the students to save their money during MS. I want to ask you, I have heard about some typical scholarships also, Rahul, which students are not aware. Maybe like if I give you example, though Commonwealth is not valid for I think America, but something like that. I mean, some scholarships which student may not be knowing, but if they try, they may get it. So is that also one of the option, Rahul?
Yes, so there are many kind of fellowships during your tenure. Like mails are constantly coming from different departments, so you can apply for this fellowship. If you are able to get that, then obviously like you can save your money. And there are some scholarship for girl students also, particularly for girl students. There are some scholarship which are for Asian students only. So you can always apply in these scholarship and you can save money. Yeah.
Okay, so these are some of the options for students to save their fees and all. So you were also mentioning 40 lakh per year. Is that mean MS is costing you 80-90 lakh or what? Because I was thinking 40 lakh total.
So the thing is like it is actually more than 40 lakh, but generally what happens when students come here, they start doing part time. So the part time hota hai, so monthly they start earning $1,400, $1,500. So next जो 40 lakh होता है वो तुम्हें जे पॉकेट से नहीं देना होता, वो पार्ट टाइम से ही चलता रहता है. So overall it is 40 lakh. But if somebody is not doing any part-time job, so it is more than 40 lakhs. Yes.
Okay. So I'm still to get the answer to that question, Rahul, that how much money a student should have with him. And then there's a loan part also. So would you like to tell us about that also? I mean, how much money he should have with his parents or something?
Okay, so generally parents don't have this much money. जितने भी students आते हैं US में, they always take education loan. So everyone has to take education loan. So education loan is like initially you will take 2 years. They will not ask you to repay. Once you start earning in US, like you'll get some job. You start earning in dollars. Then you have to repay this thing. So education loan 40 to 45 lakh का लेना पड़ता है. But it's not like your parents have that much money. It is not like that. Everyone is taking education loan.
Everybody is taking, but that is, I mean, and taking loan is not difficult. What do you say?
Correct. Taking loan is not difficult these days. Like if you are going to good university, banks are more happy to pay you.
So Rahul, when is this season going to start for admission in US for MS now? What is the timelines?
So like one deadline is 15 September. So I think that is already past. Today's 12 September. Students can't meet that. But next deadline, which is the major session, that is fall, deadline is 15 December for PhD and MS both. 15 December is the deadline. Yeah.
So that they can target and they can prepare. They have sufficient time for that.
Correct. Yes.
To end up our entire this session, Rahul, I would like to ask you, and then we will have dedicated session on that later on. That is related to direct PhD. In my opinion, I want to take you back some years back. In fact, when you graduated, Rahul, I remember that time in India, direct PhD was a culture getting set up, in IITs. New IITs popped up, and 2008, so many IITs came up, and we required a lot of teachers, and that was the time when this direct PhD thing came up, and professor wanted to catch capable students, and immediately after BTech, those who have bent of mind for research, professor wanted them to catch, and 5-6 years and they will get direct PhD. Now that particular thing is really in India, that is well established norm. So every IIT is now, recently last week IIT Bombay came out with 450 seats, and Rahul, they have mentioned that direct PhD students can apply, and they are equally treating them now. Like if a student is capable, professor will not differentiate whether you have done MTech or BTech. My question to you is, like in US, what is this culture? Up to what level is this culture of direct PhD? And if Indian students want to explore this option really well, I mean, we have so many capable students in BTech, those who have even published papers and all. So if we want that this route should be taken, because we can say 40-50 lakh. So what options they have, and how do you see this entire situation unfolding in US? Do we have sufficient opportunities in US if we start exploring that and guiding students for that?
Yes. So direct PhD is actually a very good option. When I was in India, I was not aware about that, but direct PhD is very, very popular here. So my professor, like in my research group, out of 5 students, 4 are direct PhD. I am the only one who's coming after masters. So this is the thing. Only thing with direct PhD is because if you are an international student, professor is always suspicious whether you can cope up with this research or not. So they always check your CGPA. That is the minimum criteria. If you have 8, they will definitely give you opportunity. And second thing where I think Indian students lack, that thing is like they don't know how to make the CV. They are doing a lot of stuff, but they are not putting it well in their CV. If they basically make a good SOP, write a good motivation for PhD, develop a good CV, and apply with CGPA of 8 or more, I think more students will get direct PhD.
So that means academic credentials in the form of CGPA, then your CGP, your CV and portfolio should be very good. Maybe research paper if you have, even better. And then maybe some competitive exams like GRE and all, TOEFL and all, Rahul. Even that is.
Yeah, GRE matters in direct PhD. You have to get 320. 320 is not a big deal, but if you have 320 with 8 or more CGPA, direct PhD option is very much possible.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that if some student in BTech has a research paper, don't you think it gives him a lot of advantage for direct PhD?
Correctly. Yeah. If somebody has research paper, then I think he should apply for direct PhD. It's a very good opportunity, because in SOP, he can easily write like, I have some research experience, I want to pursue PhD, and professor will also see that like this guy already published one paper. So they will prefer that. Yes.
So can we say that the recipe for success and getting admission into direct PhD is, okay, very good research work at the in graduation level, then CGPA very good, like we say 8+, then GRE you have to write 320 you target, and then maybe if research paper if you have, so one research paper if you have, then if you have all these things with you, and suppose you are from very good college also, then I think you are the surest, the recipe you have with you, and you can target for the direct PhD and try to save. मेरे को ये लगता है राहुल कि even if some students may be having all these credentials, but उनको, as you said, I was not knowing about direct PhD the moment I landed up in US. I was not knowing. मेरे को लगता है इंडिया में भी बहुत से स्टूडेंट्स को इस चीज का नॉलेज भी नहीं होगा कि हमारा जो credentials है वो direct PhD के लिए suitable है, and we can go for that. What is your view?
Correct. So I'll say like CGPA is at the top, and after that your this CV and all, CV, SOP and GRE score. And I think college doesn't matter. I see many people in my university who are coming from private colleges. So college doesn't matter. Even publication doesn't matter if you're writing a very good motivation why I'm doing PhD. So, but this option is very popular in USA. Only Indian students are not coming, but people from many other countries are coming for direct PhD. So it's a good option. We have to explore that. Yes.
Chalo, that was wonderful, Rahul. It is always, so enriching experience talking to you and getting so many inputs from you in so simple and straight manner. So I look forward to have more interactions on these lines, Rahul, because now admission season is, on 15 September to 15 December. So I'll be coming out with one point every time, and then publish some relevant videos for students so that it is helpful to them. Really thankful to you for your time, Rahul. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you.